Hello, everybody. Welcome back. You killed it. You killed the Manticore. It's dead. The horrible tail spike shooting beast has been slewn, and it lays dead upon the ground, the rocky ground. And yeah, so Parsley, you just pull yourself out from under its corpse. Plunderfist has struck it from the air, and Berard, you are still pinned by Manticore and Spike up on the top of the hill. What do you do?
We all go congregate around Brard.
Yeah. Okay.
Sounds right.
Yeah. It's going. Yeah. Suppose we all get you up and that now. You know, I had to be done. You needed me to finish and blow and all that, and if I was over it, fine. Yeah. Yeah. All
right. I'll be fine, I think.
All right. Let's give that a yank then.
Oh yeah, no problem. Okay, so in drawing forth the spike from the stone, Plunderfist reveals himself to be the one true king of the Britons, and you are given a servant with 2 halves of a coconut, and away you go.
Sweet. How big is this tail spike? Because there was talk of incorporating this into fifth weapons in the future.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like probably like short sword length or like long dagger length, something like that. Like it's probably, like meter long. They're big, right? They've got to be. They deal a D10 plus 5 damage. So
yeah, so Plunderfist, like once he takes it off you, he's like, yeah, you're all right, and you're like, I'll be fine. He's like, yeah, all right. He starts undoing like the hand wraps and like shoves it through and just like ties it back up on his hand. Like, yeah. Doesn't do anything, I just want it.
yeah,
That seems useful.
fair shakes.
Nice little token.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
You don't happen to know if your like knowledge and all that, whether you sell its like kidneys and that for medicine. You do that with dragons and it's like this flies and all, so
I don't think manticore spikes are worth all that much.
I mean, he's got that old man face.
Yeah, you look over and he's just like laying there, like his big gray tongue hanging out of his mouth.
That's
His
kinda
eyes are
magic.
X's.
So I make a nature check or something on it.
Yeah, totally.
25.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, no, I mean not really. Like the spikes they're strong. They might make good like heads of projectiles. They're aerodynamic too, to a degree.
Oh, I could probably take them and use them as like darts, right?
Yeah, sure.
As a thrown weapon.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll grab a couple.
Yeah, I mean they're a little gross. They've still got some like tissue around the sort of follicle bit, but yeah,
I'll clean up.
totally. Yeah, throwing spines. Yeah.
Pretty sick.
Yeah, you could. I think you could get. Yeah, I mean his face is just a human face. So if you like cut his head off, it would just like you have a big human head, with weird mane. Yeah, so you'd recover like 6 like throwing darts basically for from the tail. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, there's no as Plunderfist pointed out, dragons and unicorns and what have you. But this is just a manticore.
I mean, the spikes, I suppose you could use them for, well, what you're going to use them for, but the rest of it, I've never seen anyone sell a manticore body. And I've seen a lot of things.
Oh, we'll just leave it here, and I guess. I'll eat it. Snake, birdie, and manticore instead, isn't it?
Yeah, you look up and there's already some carrion birds kind of circling.
Carrion birds also with human faces for some reason.
Yeah, everything's got a human face now. It's a very popular trend. Well, I mean, if you'd like, you can either rest here or continue northwards through the mountains towards the secret entrance to the tomb. How's everybody doing?
I would love to rest.
I was gonna say, Parsley, you're running low on spells, hey?
I am very close to dead.
Okay.
I'm thinking a rest is probably a good plan.
Okay. All right. So we run into that thing that we were talking about last time, where it's like, can you just keep rolling first aid until everybody's at full health, once every 10 minutes until it's done?
Yep. Unless there's a crit fail.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Meaning, like, I don't. This, and again, this is the thing, you don't want to just keep like re-rolling. So everybody might as well just go back up to full health then.
Well, it's DC
Oh.
60
So you need what?
base. So you need a 6 to crit fail.
Okay,
So
well,
plus-
let's. I guess we roll. I don't like the idea of there being a
Like,
mechanism
roll,
in the
then
game.
roll again, then roll again.
I'm gonna look seriously at the camera because this is official feedback. I don't like this mechanism. Fix it. But yeah, the idea that you just have to roll over and over and over until you get a 6, like until you crit fail, or you get to max health. I don't like it. Let me look at that mechanism. What's it called, Dave?
Administer first aid, I think
Right.
is the name of it. Oh no, it's not. No, first aid is the thing that you use to bring people back to life.
Yeah, it's like medicine or
Find it. Treat wounds.
treat wounds. Okay, so for folks who are interested or who are watching, this is what we're talking about. It's a mechanism that was added in a relatively recent patch, 1.3. Was it? It was updated in 1.5. Okay. Treat wounds. You spend 10 minutes treating up to 6 injured living creatures. Then attempt a medicine check. The DC is the medium DC for your level, though the GM might adjust this due to circumstances. A given creature can be subject to only one treat wounds attempt in every 10-minute period, so 2 characters can't treat it at the same time. Success, they recover hit points equal to their con mod plus their level, or equal to your level, whichever is higher. Crit is that, but times 3. Critical fail, they're bolstered against it. Now, so in this case, there's no reason not to just do it every 10 minutes until somebody is healed, or you critically fail. And it works on the whole party.
Yeah, there is no reason not to.
Now, it says you must use healer's tools, so that's on 186. Let me see if these do they have like a limited use or?
Yeah.
So healer's tools, let's see.
They do not.
Yeah.
Treat.
They are necessary for use. An expert version gives you a +1. Okay. So I guess in this case, before you rest every 10 minutes, somebody can be spamming the heal, the treat wounds. Who, I think, Brard, are you the one with the healer's kit? You want to do that? Okay.
No.
Okay. All right. So I guess technically the correct way to do it is just make that roll. And each time everybody gets back, what did we say the amount was?
Con times level.
Right.
Okay.
Or
So-
equal or 4, whichever is higher.
So I'm sorry. I'm just rolling a d20.
It's a healing check.
Oh. Okay.
That's
So use medicine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's 1. Go again. Like you can just keep doing it
Okay.
until Lydia is healed, basically. Oh, there you go. Okay. So everybody gets two uses of it. So that's your con modifier times your level, or 4, whichever is higher. And then you get whatever your normal rest would be.
Okay. But we're resting for the night, right?
Yes, this is like camp out.
So if I have spells left, then I would want to use them.
Yep.
before
If you have any healing spells, you can use them before you sleep, and then get them back.
And I get 4 usages, or I get my charisma modifier worth of, okay, so I get 3 usages of heal per day as part of my like energy for being a cleric.
Yep.
So I've got 2 more casts of heal before we go to bed. Should I just use
Yeah,
those?
you might as well, right? Unless you think you're going to get attacked in the middle of the night and need the healing afterwards.
Oh, I guess I didn't think about that.
Yeah, that's the gamble, right? That's do I use all my healing spells now?
Sure.
If I do and we get attacked, then you don't have healing for the next day. Like you'll have to use the next day's healing instead.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Got you. Okay, so let's do because right now I'm at like 17. I'm in a
Yeah.
bad way.
Yeah.
So I think I get let's see, it's con modifier times level, so I get another 16 back.
Mm-hmm.
17 plus 16 is 33. I should use at least one heal. Are there other
I think one is reasonable. Everybody else is like a little bit off for health.
Oh, okay. So like, oh, okay. And
Yeah, I'm sort of like 48 out of 56 because I
Yeah.
get 12 back every time we get some medicine checks.
Yeah, and then when you actually sleep, you'll get I think that again, right?
Yeah.
Your con mod times your level.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
One last time.
Alright.
So everybody should be all. If you use a healing spell on yourself, Brard, then everybody will be healed up to full by the next morning.
Okay. But if I use is it possible, since I'm using the heal spell anyway, to use it at its like second level so that it is
Like
so
heightened.
that
or
it
whatever?
heals everybody, yeah, instead of just me, or does that take on multiple heal spells?
Let's have a look.
Yeah, let's find out. So the ability that you're talking about is
Channel energy.
it's your channel, one of your channel energy uses.
Yeah.
All spells you cast in this way are heightened to the maximum spell level you can cast as a cleric. Yeah, so they're automatically heightened when you use the channel energy version.
Oh, cool.
Okay. So, and I'm sorry, just because I'm trying to make sure I understand the implications of that. So
Yeah.
if it automatically is heightened, that means that it rolls an additional die, but that doesn't necessarily imply that it's an AOE as opposed to a single target, right?
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
the heightened version, because you cast the heal spell,
right.
and that, as you can imagine, there's a lot of examples of heal in here.
Right. But it says that it could be either somatic casting, somatic and verbal, or material somatic verbal. So
Yeah, you can choose. Yeah, so it's up to you. So if you want to use it as an aura, you totally can.
right, and then that way it would heal everybody else too.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
it does less when it's an AoE though.
it says this has the same effect as the 2-action version, but it targets all living and dead and reduces the amount of healing or damage to your spellcasting ability modifier.
That's right. So just 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you do, since it's heightened, it's 1d8 plus 4 on everyone.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So basically, your options are
Okay.
higher individual or less
do
to everybody.
4 for everybody.
So in this case, you are the only one that really needs like a
Right.
boost of healing, so you might as well just cast it on yourself.
May as well just okay.
Okay, so it's going to be what, 2d8,
3d8.
3d8. That's right.
I thought we just sorry. Okay.
Yeah, if it's on you, it's automatically heightened. It only takes one action. It's 1d8 plus your spellcasting modifier, and then it's heightened by 2d8 because it's the original. So you're fine. You got a ton of health.
Okay.
There you go. Cool. All right. So you rest, and the day ends. It gets dark. You make a campfire and you eat some rations, and the sun returns on the morrow. None of you are. Nobody is interrupted. You're all able to recover your hit points. It's been 7 days since you set out on this journey, and before you lies the end of your traipse through the mountains. The foothills complete. So is there anything you want to do before you go? Parzel, are you changing your elf skill thing at all, or are you going to keep it with what you have?
No, I'm gonna change it.
Okay.
I am changing both my spells up
Okay.
and what I am concentrating on. I will now concentrate on deception or diplomacy. That's the question.
The two sides of the same coin.
That's right.
I have never been good at lying, except this one time.
You think back to a time in your life where you just really had to bullshit a lot.
Yeah. I was really good
Or
at
like,
getting
or
extensions.
like graduate extension.
I had got extensions on my papers.
If
Yeah,
if I might suggest, deception is a skill rooted in when your parent comes to tell you to like stop reading, but
Sure.
got really good at pretending to be asleep.
Oh yeah,
That's just skill into deception.
that's adorable. So this little folio of times in my life when I'm pretty sure I've deceived people flashes by, and I gain my deception training.
Nice. This is one of my favorite things about this version about elves in it, where you can just be like, yeah, I'm good at everything because I've been around forever. I just can only kind of concentrate on one thing at a time.
Like there's only so much in my brain at once.
Yeah, I like that. Okay. Cool. And then what did you choose for your spells? You said you shook them up a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Okay.
So I feel like we've explored gust of wind.
You're moving out of your gusty period.
Yeah, so that's
Okay.
moving out of the gust of wind environment phase and into
Mhm.
the grease phase.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's time to make some slippery floors.
You're becoming a greasy liar.
Uh-huh.
Fantastic.
I've also prepared floating disc because we are going into a dungeon, and I'm excited for all of the possibilities of carrying things behind us atop a floating disc.
Yeah, I love like it's such a fun little like role playing cue too, to be like, because each skill focus represents a different time in the elf's life.
Mhm.
And so you're kind of like calling back on like what it was like to be in that period of your life. And so the character, like I can imagine like an elf's, to other people, their personality would seem to shift from day to day because they're just being a slightly different version of themselves. That's
Mm.
really cool. I think that's a really neat idea.
Yeah, I wonder if it's super noticeable because people like code switch between people all the time.
Yeah.
But I wonder if it makes them even like more aware of the fact that they're doing it to each other.
Right. Like I think it would be one of those things that elves would probably have a cultural bias towards not noticing it or it not being a big deal because they'd be like,
Yeah.
of course, like we all do this. But with humans, I wonder if it would either be too subtle to notice or it would be like really obvious. And I guess that'd be a thing you could choose to role play or not as an elf character to be like, cool, yeah, like during my time in my life when I needed deception a lot, I was like kind of like a weird loner. And then all of a sudden for everybody else, the character's like acting totally different.
Yeah, that's they're going through their weird grease phase again.
Yeah, right, exactly. I remember a time where I needed to be able to lie a lot and cast the grease spell.
And then keeping kind of in line with that, I haven't gotten to use invisibility and glitter dust yet.
Nice.
So I feel like these might come up. I'm keeping flaming sphere because that seems like a good idea. And then I switched around some cantrip stuff.
Okay.
Taking ray of frost because we are going into a volcano,
Mhm.
and taking telekinetic projectile.
Nice.
Mhm.
Nice. I like it. Okay. Cool. All right. So I assume that without there's no further ado before you continue towards the entrance.
You don't have to make checks and stuff again.
No, you're sort of coming out of the difficult part of the terrain and entering into the place where you know you're headed. Yeah. So this is sort of like the end of that line. Okay, well, let me see if there's box text for this area as you approach the tomb. There is. Okay. So I would say from where you are to where you're going takes about, like before this happens, takes about 3.5, 4 hours. You trek out of the mountains and eventually you come to a narrow path that hugs the mountainside. Small puddles of water pool along the path's outside edge, fed by water dripping from the upward slope. A prominent overhang protrudes above, sheltering the path from sun and elements. At the end of the path, there's a little valley set into the mountain, a sort of sandy little valley that you find as you come around the corner. And when you look down, you can see that there is evidence that this used to have like larger like pillars. Some of them have collapsed. There's a little kind of like lead up to a doorway. And it seems to you that there has been some kind of like geological shift in this area in the past where this might have been the end of like a proper road that has now fallen into one of these like deeper mountain valleys. So there might have been an earthquake or a shift in the way the mountains are where the road had fallen away, but this is the end of that road in this sandy little valley. And so as you approach, I'll let you tell me if you want to approach stealthily or you want to get a better look before you continue. But you can see that this little area should lead right up to the end of the mountain where the hidden door supposedly awaits.
Blunderfist, why don't you take a little bit of a look ahead of us here?
Oh, yeah, no, I can do something like that.
You know, just in case the night trumpets or whatever there have arrived before us.
Yeah, no worries.
The old shadowy French horns.
The dark tubas. I like them. Good. It's a whole brass section of darkness. Okay, so Plunderfist, you're gonna try to sneak up there.
Yeah, please.
Okay, that sounds good. Make a stealth roll for me.
Yeah, just checking. Oh, I didn't write it down. I'm so dumb. Can't remember what the DC is for the level that I'm at now.
I think the average DC we've been using has been
15. Yeah, it's 15.
15 or 16, somewhere in there. Yeah.
I'll take a 15.
Oh yeah, that's right, because you can just take it. Okay, yeah. So you take your 15, you start to sneak up, and yeah, like as I said, so you come around the mountainside, and this is the sort of the hard entrance because there is no road leading up anymore. So you're moving through these chasms, and the rest of the group, you watch Plunderfist sort of disappear into the shadows between you and this entrance. And I'll bring everybody over because I'll tell Plunderfist what we see, but we can all kind of see it together. So in the little kind of like divot in the mountain where this like sand is collected, this ancient entrance, you can see a row of columns next to two what might have been fountains at one point, but they're now sand choked. And at the far end, you see four exhausted-looking gnolls.
One has a ponytail.
Yeah, he does. Look at him. Can you make Plunderfist? Can you make a perception check for me, please?
Yes, I can.
Okay, all right. You notice at this end, you notice that there are blood stains on some of the stones. There's a couple of bloody like paw prints. And it looks to you like the gnolls that arrived here arrived in pretty rough shape. You saw gnoll corpses down in the mountain, and it looks like these gnolls either found this place by mistake, right, running from the manticore, or were headed for the same target as you, but now they've been drastically reduced in number. There are only 4 of them left, and they've gone through some rough times to get here.
All right. I will, slink back to everybody else.
Okay.
And say, looks like the rest of I never did get their names. Them ones that you spend the night with, said they come up the mountain. Some of them we saw them dead. Looks like some of them survived. Maybe that or whatever.
Do we still have the what he gave us there?
Was a neckerchief armband. I don't remember. Retcon.
Yeah, you do.
I think it was a scarf.
Yeah, it was like a scarf. Yeah, from your gnoll friends.
Yeah. I'll still have them.
Well, I suppose the best way to start here is just to negotiate, as before.
Well,
yeah, I mean, they look pretty pathetic, to be honest. I'd almost feel bad. I'd still do it if you asked me to. I mean,
let's not do that.
Yeah, exactly. Sure.
Well, just keep ready in case. But...
Yeah. Reloaded all 3 of your crossbows.
Yeah. She's like, just keep ready. She's like, pulling string back, put a bolt in. Like, next one.
Like holding 3 crossbows and special like neck mount for the 3rd crossbows.
A bandolier.
Just in case.
Hey, Adam.
Yes.
How tall are these pillars?
How tall are the pillars?
Yeah.
Well, there's a knocked over one, so
You're just gonna straight jump up on one, aren't you, Dave?
I'm going
I
to
know
jump
you're just
up
gonna
on them.
perch.
I'm going to jump from one to the
You're
other.
just gonna
So
perch. You're just gonna perch like
yeah, 10,
Batman.
10 feet. 10 feet tall.
Right, sick. Yeah. Right, I'm going up on this one, and as we go, I'm jumping from one to the other without having to need to roll or anything. I just wait.
Okay, Batman. Okay, are you going by yourself, or is everybody else gonna like walk down the main sort of path?
No,
Yeah, I think
I'm
we'll
looking
come-
really fierce. As
come
they
down
go fast.
Okay,
Fine.
so you're staying hidden. You're such a video game character. You're staying hidden, and you're gonna just like hop from pillar to pillar, like crouching.
Yes.
Like a
Yes,
gargoyle?
I'm Assassin's Creeding it.
Nice. Okay, so the other three of you, are you just approaching out in the open? Do you make some effort to like announce yourselves? What's the plan? Because you can just walk down to the edge of the path.
You two could actually speak to them. So I'll
Right.
leave
That's
this
true.
to you.
Yeah. And it seemed like they were inclined to just attack if we didn't. So maybe we should like yell and let them know that we can speak. No.
I think. Right.
Go right ahead.
And this is in Null.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hello. Hello. We are there nulls in here?
I feel like the Nolish language would have a subset of like pack calls like this, right? To be like, we're coming into a new territory, we're announcing ourselves with like howls and barks.
Yeah,
that's
so
it's
You know
fully
the
a
one
thing.
from that pack as well.
yeah, so
Because we interacted with them.
at the very least, we can say that we're like, is the hunting head here, right? 'Cause
Right,
that's
you
like-
know, the code sigil, the barking sound of the Alkarive tribe,
the
and
Twilight Ball.
and Zakfa is the name
What?
the name of their leader. So you can totally like announce yourselves. So what do you want to? So you want to communicate like that you are a friend of the tribe, that you like know of them already.
Bro,
Yeah.
you got this.
You
Okay.
carry like their scent marker. That
Oh,
you-
right.
yeah, and that you know the name of their leader, and you want to like call him out specifically and be like, hey, we're here to see this guy.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure that like I don't want to be like, hey, I've got this thing, and they're like, oh, you must have gotten that because you killed somebody.
Mhm.
So I'm trying to think of the best way to make sure that we're conveying that we were friends. I imagine that they would have told it, yeah, because we had this entire discussion. So, yeah. And I'm sorry, what was his name one more time?
Zakfa.
Yeah, that's it. Oh gracious. We're looking for Zakfa. Zakfa, are you here? We're friends. We're looking for Zakfa and other gnolls. Are you here?
Okay, let's have you make a roll. Make that diplomacy. We're gonna do that roll that you are so good at.
Okay.
The making friends one. What's that ability called again? Make an impression. I think it was.
Make an impression.
Diplomacy.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a diplomacy
Yeah,
roll
it's
for
awesome.
sure. But the ability was make an impression. Okay, so it's 150. I think that these gnolls, they're starting like disposition. It's probably hostile.
Well, but we've also got like a familiar scent with
yeah,
us.
you totally do.
So I'm like,
I think they're hostile in general. But I'll give you a plus 4 on your diplomacy check.
okay. So let me find. I'm the worst at figuring out how to get between things. Okay, so I
And
just
Parcel, are you gonna
If I-
help? Are you offering like, because you speak Knoll as well, right?
Yeah, I will attempt to aid definitely
Yeah. Okay.
with
Okay.
my.
Yeah. So you roll first.
Yeah. Parcel, roll a diplomacy check. You're not helpful, unfortunately.
I studied the wrong thing today.
You're like, damn. If only this was not the truth.
Parcel's just kind of standing there going like, yeah.
Huh?
yeah,
This guy. Yeah.
yeah.
he's not lying.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I do I just click diplomacy and then we just mentally add +4, or is there a way for me to add that into the roll?
I think you might as well just roll it, and then we'll add 4 to whatever you get. Nice. Oh yeah, no problem. Okay, so they're hostile to everyone in general forever, right? Like that's where they default to. Right now, they've just been hurt by a manticore. They've like been hanging out here for 2 days. They're trying to get into this place. They can't figure it out. They're mad. But at the sound of a admittedly accented Nolish voice, they'll move to indifferent right away, right? Where they're just like they don't know what to think of you. They're cautious. But you finish, you hear the sounds of your Nolish barking echo off the walls. One of the Gnolls steps forward, accompanied by one of his allies. This Gnoll is grizzled, which doesn't say they all aren't, but this Gnoll is particularly grizzled, scarred. He's got one of his ears has a big chunk out of it. His fur is matted with blood. And he is, let's see, what is he wearing? He's got armor. He's got like leather armor, and he's got a spear. And you can see as he approaches that he's holding the spear menacingly, but also he's using it to like lean on. Like but he's trying to hide that, right? He's carrying it because he's like, I have a weapon, but it's helping keep him up. He's injured. And him and one of his little bodyguard Gnolls, they step forward, and he stops, and they're how far away? They're like 30 feet, 40 feet, and through dripping jaws, he says, "Who seeks Zakfa, leader of the tribe?"
Are you Zakfa?
And he snarls, his teeth curling, his lips curling back from his teeth, and he says, "I am. These are my gnolls." And he sniffs the air, and he says, "I smell our scent on you, creature, but you are unfamiliar to me."
So I take off the like neckerchief and like hold it out so we can see it, and I don't remember the names of.
I don't think you ever got their names.
I feel like
Just Mr. Pinchy.
Yeah, right.
Mr. Snips.
Right,
Mr. Snips. Yeah.
Mr. Snips was gracious enough to give his name. We'll further down the mountain, we encountered other members of your pack. We'll help them and give them food. They gave us this so we could show that we were friends.
Now, as they get closer, does anybody like back off or do you move? Because I want to give you the opportunity to like reposition. But the idea here is like the four of them are coming up, and Zakfa basically like walks right up to you and just starts smelling you. Like he sticks his face right up against your armor and starts like smelling you, and like they all kind of like start moving in around you, unless you back off or whatever.
I think because of the like animal tendencies I have or whatever, I'm probably not backing off.
Yeah,
but
sure.
If there was somebody behind me who maybe had a crossbow or two ready, I wouldn't be offended.
I just sort of lean over to Barzil like, is it working?
Yeah, they're gonna bite us? What's happening?
Should I shoot?
Not yet. Hold steady.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Pan up to Plunderfist, just like crouching. You've got the stealth kill
Like
prompt ready to go. Just finger hovering over the X button.
The X button.
Yeah. Thankfully, Plunderfist unlocked this special ability where he can stealth kill like 4 people at once. So, all right. So Zakfa comes up and like, just like shoves his snout up against your armor and is like sniffing you, and the other ones do the same, and they kind of like come in around you, and they're doing that thing where they're like they're just like a pack of wild animals like trying to get your scent, and they don't care about personal space, so they're just like smelling you and kind of like poking at you to see if you fight back or do anything. And Brard, Zakfa, like he looks at you and he just squints and says in Gnoll, "You stink of battle. Where have you come from?"
Oh, there was Manticore. I'm realizing probably Manticore is not.
Yeah,
in
there isn't a
the
null
notes.
word for
Null is
manticore.
bigger.
Yeah.
There, but yeah, so I'm like looking and seeing. I imagine there are traces of Manticore battle, perhaps like a quill.
I
Or
mean,
something.
y'all got blood and stuff on you from the fight.
Well,
Like you didn't wash your armor on
like
them.
I'm trying to figure out, yeah, because I'm imagining that they also
Oh, yeah.
dealt with this Manticore. So I'm
Mhm.
trying to figure out like, if they have like claw marks or
Yeah, Zakva has on one shoulder and like kind of down the front of his chest, you can see there are rents in his leather armor. There's dried blood there, and the 3 claw like pattern matches
Cool.
the manticore claw. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I definitely have that. Or wait, I don't have the 3 claw pattern. I have, I got hit by the quills.
Spikes. Yeah.
Yeah, but the quill is with our bat-like friend on the pillar.
That's right. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, the flying, there was a flying bird with claws, and we fought and killed it. I believe you know of the bird with the claws.
He squints and he says, "The lion, the man-faced lion bird. Yes, we fought it as well. You say it is dead?"
Yes. Well, I look around and it's like, well, not me. But yes, it is dead.
It fell on me.
Make
Just
bird.
like loudly in no.
Bird, make a diplomacy check.
Okay. Let's do.
Can I aid again?
Yeah.
With my it fell on me?
Yeah.
Cool.
Absolutely. Okay, so Parcel, you go first. Let's see if Parcel helps.
One Parcel, I believe in you.
Okay, so your first roll, it rolled twice, but we'll just keep your first one. Yes, you do help. All right, so you get another plus. You get a +2, Brard. So this is just diplomacy +2. The +4 for your initial reaction doesn't apply now.
Okay.
But you do get an additional +2 from Parcel helping. Nice. Okay, so the reaction here would have you know enough. You and Parcel, maybe Parcel especially Parcel. You know this is a pivotal moment, right? Because one of two things can happen. Either Zakfa could be like, "Good, you killed the thing. We're happy that it's dead. You are good. You're great warriors. We respect you." Or they could be like, "You killed the thing that we hated. So transitive property, if we kill you, we're better than that thing that beat us earlier." However, thankfully, Berard manages to spin it to the former.
Keeps his like posture open.
The well-known null transitive property.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, they're
clearly studied Dragon Ball.
Classic
That's
right. See, well, they're all about the like killing your enemy and taking their power, right? So if you killed the Manticore, that puts you above them, and if they can beat you, then they're above the Manticore because they beat you. It's a clear hierarchy. However, instead, you've already established that you like know the tribe and you beat the Manticore, and so
we also had to assert a little bit of dominance to keep them from squabbling last time. So I feel like that's probably in my back pocket.
Yeah. Okay. So Zakfa, you see him believe you. You see him like nod, and the others kind of like let off a little bit. They back off. And Zakfa says to you, "Good. If the creature is dead, and we can return to the plains. But first," he turns and looks over his shoulder, "this place." And we get the kind of pan back to the entrance, and you see like a stone door, kind of blocking the entrance, and he says, "I came here looking for treasure, riches, to bring glory to the tribe." And he snarls and he says, "But we have found nothing but tricks, traps, and no way in. They say there is another way, but it's dangerous too. And now there is but 4 of us left. and he looks, and he says to you, the tribe has been torn apart, small now. But you are brave warriors. What say you? Will you open the door? Let us in, so we might take the treasure. Glory for the tribe.
Glory is important, but your lives are perhaps more important. This mountain is going to explode. And then he remembers that we had trouble.
Right. One of the other gnolls
before.
One of the other gnolls gets it. Like the smartest gnoll, like in the back, is just like, wait, what? This is an active volcano? Ah, shit, we got to get out of here. So, but he doesn't say anything. He just looks up like, huh? Like, oh no. And it kind of starts. You see him get kind of nervous. But Zakva looks at you like, I don't understand. Exploding mountain.
Can I perception to see if I noticed that or what I have noticed?
Yeah, you notice this other gnoll be like, oh no.
Yeah, and so I look over at him and be like, and then back to Zakva because Zakva's the leader. He understands. Ask him. This place is dangerous, very dangerous.
And Zakva looks at him, and you notice this gnoll is like a bit shorter, a bit smaller than the other gnolls, a bit less like kind of stringy muscle, and he's got a satchel, a big stuffed like satchel, and the satchel has a bunch of like stuff in it with like kind of hard edges, and Zakva looks up, and he says, and he shakes his head and he says, you do not know this, but this one, he is afraid of everything. We brought him along only because he understands the ways of the, he like sniffs at you, softer folk. And the nervous looking gnoll is like nodding along like, yes, that's the only reason I'm here. They made me come up here. I hate this.
No, but this place will look over at Parcel. Like, oh, fire.
I am that Knoll. When with these, I am the one who is weak but smart.
And Zakva shakes his head, and he says, if all you have for me is talk, then I have no use for you.
No. So we could go together, but there will be more traps. But also, you should listen to the smart one, because the smart one knows things.
When you look over, the gnoll with the big bag is now clutching it protectively and looking at you like, please stop drawing attention to me, please. I don't want to be here. Please just stop. And he's kind of like backed away a little bit.
Yeah.
Can I roll another diplomacy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I try to improve their...
Yeah, try to improve the relationship.
Yeah, do it. Yeah, you're doing great. Yeah, so they're like, Zakva is pretty sure now that like you're here to solve this problem of like he can't get into the dungeon, and so he's like he says come look, I will show you, and he basically like grabs your wrist and drags you towards the entrance, or tries, unless you want to fight back.
No, that's fine.
Okay, all right. So so everybody kind of like movates up towards the entrance here.
Are there enough pillars for Batman to
Yes. Yeah. So everybody comes up to the entrance. And in this section, you can see that there is there's a door of solid black stone set into the mountainside. Now, everything around the area looks like it was designed to kind of like funnel people towards this door, and everything else is made out of like gray or brown like sandstone, kind of carved from the mountain. But this door is a strange dark like stone, and you can see that on the door itself there are like score marks. There's like cuts on the door. from it attempting to be opened, either by the gnolls or by other other creatures.
I start like
Can-
getting excited and vibrating, but knowing that it's a bad idea to talk.
So Zakva points to the door and he says, "You see, there is a way in, and we have found it, and tried to open first with paws, then with axe and spear, but the door resists us." And he shakes his head and he says, "If not axe and spear to open door, then what?
Do they want us to open the door?
Yeah, can I roll a perception?
You want to take a look at it?
Does it look like the door is locked?
So, I mean, make a perception check.
Okay.
Read the
Can
old-
other people also perceive as well?
Yeah, I have a-
Yeah, everybody who is in a position to examine the door may do so. Plunderfist, you're a little too far away. It's in like an there's an overhang, so you can't quite see it from where you are. But
That's fine.
everybody like crowds around and takes a look. Okay, all right. So Parzel.
Can I tell that it's obsidian?
Like it's a door. Yeah, like I think with a 10 that's reasonable. It's like black stone. It's harvested probably from the
It's an extrusive rock. Thing about this is that it's going to be harder to cut through because it's from the volcano.
And then I like look at the smart one like, come on.
Kill her!
yeah. And he
Please
just
tell me you've said all of that in null.
yeah.
Yes, I absolutely did.
I said extrusive rock in null.
Yeah, you just have to say it phonetically. And he just kind of smiles at you, but like with his knoll face, so it's just like a dog smiling, like "Urgh." And he's just kind of like, please stop. I hate this.
Don't do this.
Everything is the worst.
They
But-
cast calm emotions on me.
Right. But for Lydia and Brard, it's clear to you that this door has no mechanism for opening it. There's no latch. Like it's a big solid piece that either like slid into place or something. But there's no handle. It doesn't look like it's meant to be opened from the outside.
Mm.
Not at any clear way you can see.
Oh, this may be an exit and not an entrance. What?
So Zakfa looks at you and he says, "What is the difference? Both
This-
ways to come and go from place."
But there may not be a way to open from this side. What? You said you heard of another way to go in, but it was dangerous.
He nods and he says, "All know. Treasure inside the mountain. Entrance far side, much outside of the tribe's domain.
Mm.
But
Do you-
but this," and he points, "this secret way in. There must be a way to open it." And he like punches the door angrily.
Let's see. Is there? Let's see. I'm gonna look over at Parcel.
Yeah, I stop just being excited and do my job and cast detect magic.
Okay. All right. So what's the range on detect magic? It's like 30 feet, I think. Like how far away can you detect magic from?
Yeah. Let me quickly get it. Boop, 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 boop. Capital D.
30-foot aura.
Is it 30 feet? Okay. All right. So you can detect magic within 30 feet. So yeah, you detected the whole door glows with a faint magic. And then there's also some magic up here. There's a part of the stone wall up above the door that is
Don't
glowing.
say the only bit that has made stairs into it.
That's right. Yeah, I mean this is like there used to be more like stuff up here, but you detect magic up there.
Okay, then I'm gonna use now that I'm like up there near it without touching anything. I'm gonna cast read aura to figure out what types of magic
Nice.
on what parts.
Okay. Cool. All right. So how does that work?
Yeah, I'm getting there. So read aura is here. Da-ba-da-ba-dum.
Oh, it's
I accidentally did dread aura. I'm like, this doesn't seem right.
Yeah, I did that once before.
That's right.
You focus on the target object. When the casting is complete, you know whether or not that item is magical, and if it is, you learn the school of magic. If the
Okay.
object is illusory, you detect this.
Okay. The door is definitely real.
Cool.
Abjuration. You detect abjuration magic.
That makes sense.
can be
Which is
real
the school,
and illusion.
the school of protection and abjurations protect and ward, creating barriers to keep out attacks, effects, or even certain types of creatures.
Yeah, and then I do it also to the stair looking thing.
Yeah,
Is that
I mean,
also?
so when you clamber up there, you can see it to normal sight. It just looks like a section of rock wall, but there is a piece of it that stands out, just like a squarish like section.
Like a proscenium arch type.
Oh, it's just like a little like section of the wall that is like you could push on it or something. It's like a switch. But it's
okay.
hidden. It's hidden. You can only see it because you have magic.
Yeah,
sight.
yeah, okay.
And it's connected to the abjuration on the door. Yeah.
So before I do it, I'm ready to push the door, but I look back at the group and I try one last time to explain why this is dangerous. This isn't gonna go great, but I'm gonna do my best.
Okay, so this dungeon is made of a material that is made by a dangerous thing, and the dangerous thing is coming.
You're saying this in Knoll, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, it's worse than the man-faced lion bird. It's bad.
Okay.
So that's my little attempt.
Okay. And they're kind of like looking at each other and Zakfa. So what do you want them? You want them to like not? You want them to give up on this thing? You want them to be like, this is too dangerous. We got to go home. And
I think it would be fun to go in the dungeon, but I want them to understand at least before they come in what's going on.
Okay.
Like personally, I think it'd be great to just go dungeon crawling together. But like not only are there going to be traps and things, but there's also this whole, it's just a bad news bear situation if they don't start moving, right? So
Mhm.
They also got the two other gnolls that are down at the base of the mountain waiting for him. They
yeah,
got a gnoll family.
they have
Mhm.
no family. So make my little deception, or not just
Oh
deception,
damn!
diplomacy.
That's a crit.
Diplomacy. Ho-ho!
Okay. So
Dang.
they're all like watching you talk from up here on your little podium, right? You're like giving your little speech, and they're all like nodding, and you can see that they're finally starting to get that like it's trapped for a reason, and there's magic, and now this like space elf is telling them about this, and they're kind of like they nod, and you can get them to do whatever you want. You can tell them to you choose now. Do you want to send them home? Or do you want them to come with you? That's totally your call. They understand the danger, but from like a player and GM perspective, they're wrapped, right? You gotta crit.
Yeah.
You can decide what the best course of action for them is.
Yeah, so I think it would be fun, but then I like think through logically all of the stuff. I look at their losses. I think of our friends. I think of Mr. Snips, and I make the decision that hey, maybe they should sit this one out, and like explain what was up with their little group waiting for them, and that if they don't get them, they're all going to die.
Yeah.
And I'm like, please, I think it's a good idea to go.
Okay. So they all kind of look. They look at each other, and Zakfa says to the others, "Treasure and glory are good, and if we seek to impress the Carrion King, we must have these things. But a tribe is better, and we have lost so much already. Let us leave this tomb to the Softlings. They are brave and strong if they are able to kill the man-faced bird lion. We will return to the grasslands." And then he looks at you, Berard, and he says, "I hope that you and your tribe are safe within and find much treasure and glory. And if you ever seek us again," and he points down towards the valley where they came from, "you are welcome in the tribelands of the Alcrave." And then he licks your face.
No, friend.
Thank you. And I like hold out a hand and like, I don't
Just
like
lick him. Come on. Just lick him in his face.
But I'll like
Lick
put
him in
a,
the face.
Like Parcel just like, "Come on, man, this is embarrassing. Just do it."
like or slowly move up, like, because also like let's also not forget that like I have a very strong sense of smell.
That's true. They stink. They stink real bad.
Not,
Lick
Yeah.
him right in the face.
taste is attached to smell.
Oh my god, licking a gnome.
Okay, but I'm okay. So I'm gonna
So
I'm gonna steal
dusty.
up for this. I'm
Mhm.
gonna steal up for it, and it's fine. And I'm gonna like lick the side of his face,
Okay. All
very,
right.
very, very lightly, because we don't have long tongues.
Make a
But I'm not.
fortitude save. We'll say
Oh
DC
gosh, I
DC
don't have fortitude.
DC 16.
I'm not a. Oh god. Come on, what pop up window? It's like it feels like the character sheet has been taking a little longer to pop up today.
Yeah, maybe.
Does sometimes.
Okay. Come on, Fort. If I was still on my two screens. Okay. Where is it?
Right hand side.
Here
Yeah.
we go.
Okay, you get a
God.
9.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
So, how badly? I'll let you decide how that works. So, do you like just gag a little bit?
So I definitely
Throw up on
I,
him?
like go up and I no, I didn't roll a 1. That's very
Okay, all right,
close.
perfect,
I didn't
good.
roll a 1. So like I go up and I like lick the side of his face, but then I can feel myself starting to like, and the smell is like all in my
God.
nose and stuff.
Mhm.
So I just like stay there because I need to like get composure back on my face
Mhm.
before. So I'm just like holding this knoll for what is likely considered an uncomfortable amount of time. And I feel like just everybody's sort of frozen in this frame because it's already like there's no reason that a gnome would be licking anyone. So it already looks awkward. And like these tiny
I laugh out loud on the show.
Right. And so Plunderfist, you laugh, and all of a sudden the gnolls all look up, and instead of like there's this moment where you're just laughing and like holding your belly, and they're gnolls, right? So they all start laughing too. And echoing off the walls is this like unsettling hyena like giggle with Plunderfist's like deep English belly laugh accompanying it. And Zakfa like pats your head, Berard, and he says, "Good luck. Do not die. Enjoy much treasure." And he barks at the others, and they all head off towards the south, with the kind of softer one giving one long last rueful look back at you, and then at the mountain, and then shaking his head and scampering off after the others.
Oh gosh.
Oh, you licked him, mate. That's absolutely disgusting.
I didn't expect you to do it back. I thought, give you a pass on the customs, but you did.
Proper rough.
I just another minute.
Do you work out the way in yet?
Okay, 59,
It's like-
60, and I press it.
Okay, you wanna press the switch?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, can you let's see here.
Somebody have water. I'm gonna have to like.
Can you make a reflex? Can you make a reflex save, Parcel?
Obviously, yes.
Please do.
Doop-a-doop-a-boo.
You got an 18. Okay, so you only take half damage.
Cool.
So Parzel's like, look, let's do it. Let's go, guys. So you take 12. So you take 6 damage. So pressing on the latch triggers a powerful electric discharge, which you manage to yank your hand back before it does that thing where you like get stuck to it and it just like fries you. You pull your hand out, but you're shocked. Lightning like zaps through you, and then passes.
I
Don't think
look
that was-
over with my hair all fuzzed up, and I'm like,
This is a good dungeon.
Yeah, it's classic. It's got a trapped entrance. It's got a secret latch, and then the latch is trapped. It's fantastic. It's great work. But yeah, there is some kind of like rune enchanting this latch that when you push it zaps you.
rude.
Did you at least open the door?
Yeah, it
No.
didn't open the door.
No, you didn't. Nope. Just touching it zapped you, and you had to like pull your hand away. You couldn't push on it hard enough.
Oh, that's so funny. I start cackling and I take out my 10-foot rod and
Uh-huh.
start poking around to see if there's any other things or any more zap points.
You think you got this, Parzel? Not that I don't have the utmost faith in you, of course, but
No.
Yeah. Parcel's like, I have no idea what I'm doing. You're just banging on the wall with a stick.
right? Great.
Magic trap, that's out of my area of expertise. If there's a trap where it like, shot you with a crossbow, then
I mean, if you, Plunderfist, if you wanted to take a closer look at the trap, you might be able to figure something out.
all right. Let's have a look.
Okay. It's I think a thievery check.
Yeah, I'm trained in that.
Okay.
15.
15 for thievery. Okay. Yeah, so you can see where on the thing there is a rune that has been etched and then kind of like sanded over, but it's still present. And by kind of squinting, you can see it, but you can't figure a way to like disarm it. Now, these kinds of traps, they are magical, but there's a physical component, right? Like if the rune is defaced, you can disarm the trap.
Does
But
it make a difference that I have expert thieves tools?
What does that give you? A plus one? A
Yes.
plus one does not help. No.
Okay, because I know that's that's our standard DC. So if I hit that in case.
Yeah, so there's basically this kind of trap. There's two ways to fix it, right? You can either scratch out the rune in a way. It's kind of like diffusing a bomb. If you do it wrong, you might get electrocuted. So you can scratch the rune out, or you can dispel the magic of the trap, which obviously you don't have the tools for.
Yeah. You got that thing where you can make magic go away? Can you do that yet?
Yeah.
All right, then you're just gonna want to do that.
Oh no. Oh, I can do the thing where like, no, I can't do that.
You know, when I said yes, what I meant was no.
No. Only other people.
So wait, you can't make magic go away, but you can make other people
No,
go
other
away.
people's magic.
That's how I read it too. Was like, yeah, I can make people go away. It's called magic missile.
No, I can so this is clearly like an electric thing or a shocking grasp situation. And if it was a person, I'd be able to be like, no, you can't do that. But I can't do that with this.
It's the difference between dispelling and counterspelling.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, that does make sense.
Right.
So, yeah.
God, scratch it out then.
Oh.
That's
Well, let me try this.
And I cast sigil at it.
Okay, what does that do?
So it's like it creates a mark on a thing that's permanent with my dealio. So,
Your dealio.
Okay, now the thing is, you need to touch the object to imbue it with a sigil.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Darn it. Okay, no, I'm not doing that. I'm stepping back and I'm painstakingly tying.
You're like, I'll
a
do it.
piece of- yeah, a piece of chalk to my 10-foot pole
Okay.
and step back and then start to scroll through it.
Okay, so you're gonna try to deface the rune using your 10-foot pole.
Yeah.
Okay. Make a thievery check.
Cool.
Oh, that's. I mean, I'll get the leave.
Yeah, and I think since you're doing it with like a piece of chalk at the end of a stick, give yourself -2.
Okay, cool.
Oh goodness.
So it's gonna be this roll -2.
Okay.
If the sheet catches up,
Okay.
I'm gonna try to roll again.
There
Oh,
we
there
go.
we go.
We got it.
It worked.
Oh, no. Okay, so it's a fail, but it's also a critical fail. So can you make a reflex?
no.
Can you make a reflex save?
Oh, yes, I can.
All right.
Oh, I love it.
All right. Okay, so you succeed. So you only take half damage.
Oh, great.
So you take 7 more electric damage.
Wonderful.
A,
Stop
jo-
touching it.
a jolt of
Stop.
electricity leaps from the trap through your stick and into you.
I don't think the stick is helping.
No, look, I thought you could do it because it's.
It doesn't make
try.
any sense. The stick's
try.
made
Look,
of wood.
Oh.
Why? No, I'll try it.
Okay.
You got healing.
Parcel, magic lightning, magic.
Right.
I like it. Okay, so you want to make a thievery check, Plunderfist, see if you can do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll use my expert thieves tools.
Okay. You critically failed too. Make a reflex save, Plunderfist.
Oh my fucking god.
Okay, so you let's see, you fail the save, so you take full damage. So Plunderfist like, I'll do it. I got this. Also critically fails. And takes 17 damage.
Okay. Enough of this. I'll do it.
Okay.
I'm walking up there,
Brad, you just like watching this happen.
Uh-huh.
and I'm like, you see, you've touched the wrong part of the rune. It's this one over here.
Okay.
19.
Yep, you got it.
She's like licks her finger and then like wipes one line
Yeah,
out
right.
of it.
Done.
Wow, boss. So cool.
See, I picked up a thing or two in my time. He like reaches over to pull the lever or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, no, all
I
you
got
gotta do
all the hard ones. I got all the diagonal ones. Really?
So all you gotta do is just give it a little push. Problem solved. Doors opened.
Yeah, I softened it up. You softened it up for me, Plunderfist.
Yeah. So you push it, and Brad, you hear a rumbling as the obsidian door separates and slides into the mountain.
Oh god.
Revealing a tunnel beyond.
Okay. It's just like I don't want to be here by myself right now. Like, door opens as 4 manticores emerge from the obsidian
Mhm.
door.
Yeah, so many manticores. Okay, so let me.
Turns out the hallway is just filled, its entire volume filled with manticores.
Yeah, it's like a 40 by 40 room, just manticores
Just all manticores.
everywhere. Just so many manticores. You have to fight your way through them,
I
and their
have-
bodies are difficult terrain. It's cool.
I mean, I have experienced the 40 by 40 foot room of a gelatinous cube.
Yeah.
Just a gelatinous cube
Mhm,
in the
mhm.
room.
Okay, so I gotta figure out vision for everybody. So Parzel, you have dark vision, right? Because you're an elf.
So do I.
Is that correct?
I think I just have low light. I think
Right,
only
sure.
cave elves.
That's
get it.
right. Yeah, low light vision. Okay.
I have dark vision.
But I do have a cantrip to cast light.
Okay. So yeah, it's dark. It's a dark corridor beyond. I'm just getting everybody's tokens set up with their dim light vision. And then Plunderfist, what's yours? Yours is dim light as well.
I'm low light as well.
Okay.
For now.
And then, sorry, Brard, you don't have low light, but you do.
I have dark light.
Oh,
Or
dark light,
I
Perfect. So everybody can see. Party of non-humans. Okay, so let me just open the door, and I'll bring you over to the entrance, and we can begin delving the dungeon. You've arrived at the titular tomb. There we go.
I'm sorry, I have low light vision.
Okay. Yeah. Same basically.
Okay,
like
same
it's not
okay.
it's not a big deal. Yeah. Okay. All right. So yeah, directly beyond the obsidian door, there is a 20-foot long corridor that then takes a diagonal turn to the left. There it is. The tomb of Tular Seft awaits. Is there anything you want to do before you pile in?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Okay, we're about to enter a dungeon. Does everyone have their whistles?
Yeah, you know it.
Yes.
Bro just throws up.
Okay. Next, we have to decide marching order.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Oh, that you mean me? All right, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I hand you the 10-foot pole.
Yeah. All right. Okay. And I just. Okay. Yeah. No, I got it. I got the jabbing in the ground and.
I'll take up the rear.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Go ahead and arrange yourselves.
I just realized that on the overlay, my name looks like it just says bad.
Yep.
Ah, yes.
Like real bad.
Brard's nickname, just bad.
Bad.
That's how I feel right now.
When your
It
R's
said
look like
real
A's,
bad.
Brard is just bad.
Okay, so you're gonna press on in this order. All right, yeah, go on ahead. Begin your exploration. As you can see, as you come around that first corner there, Plunderfist, this hallway extends pretty much as far as you can see. It's a very long hall with several exits. One there, another one here, and then one at the very far end down there.
I estimate this is about 70 feet. Got to turn on the left, and then you're right, and then you're left again. Do you do the left thing?
Yes, but so the reason I gave you the pole, I notice you're not using it, but the reason I gave you the pole is so that you poke the ground in front of you wherever you walk. Well, okay.
I love that Parcel being like, your technique is no good.
No, look. It's
Backseat tanking.
Do you do the left thing?
Oh yeah, yeah, obviously. One hand to the side of the wall. Let's figure out all parts of this maze. Because that's what that does. Doesn't solve it the most efficiently necessarily, but we will see all portions of it if we keep our hand to the wall.
We
Unless they
don't.
have.
I imagine that there are parts of this maze we probably don't want.
Goes in on myself.
We don't actually know that it's a maze at all. It may just lead straight to the treasure.
Yeah, right.
And the volcano bit.
Well, that would be a pretty boring dungeon. After it give that cool trap.
It's a cave.
Yeah.
Shouldn't we also be quiet? I forgot about that bit.
Oh, yeah, good job.
You open the door to the Tomb of Horrors. Within, there's like a 40 by 40 room with a sarcophagus in the middle. It's got a dead guy in it. It's a tomb. The end.
Crap.
All right. Come on then. Let's head up to this left. We'll go
Okay.
down there.
Okay. So as you reach the entrance, you can see that there is a large, somewhat sunken cavern beyond. A set of rough natural stairs leads down from the main passage into a natural chamber. Holes pierce the wall of the cave and allow rivulets of water to filter into the room, flooding the floor. Several flat-top stones project above the water.
If you're jotting this down in your little notebook, I would say this looks like C2 to me.
Right, there's a big C2 on the floor. Listen.
taking voracious notes. Do we want to go see what sort of water is there? Because there might be like a horror in it of some variety.
Oh my god, if it's clean
Yeah,
water,
right.
I want water so bad.
Yeah, right. I mean,
Oh.
it smells like pure clean water from. Yeah, you can smell it
Yeah,
from
I
here,
can
Brard.
smell it, right?
Yeah.
Does it smell like there's a problem with this water?
It does not smell like problematic water. No.
Let's go to the water.
I put the 10-foot pole in it.
Okay.
'Cause it-
The 10-foot pole is now wet.
So look, I'm doing the thing with the thing.
Mhm.
Now, what
You're doing
modifiers
great.
do we apply to the 10-foot wet pole?
Yeah, I mean now if the next time you hit somebody with it, if they have a water vulnerability, you can deal 1 extra damage. Yeah, so you come down into this chamber, and I mean it's clear there's some kind of like magical stuff going on here, Parcel, because the water is seeping through these cracks in the walls and sort of pouring down in little rivulets, but you didn't see any source of water above. And if this is the outside of a volcano, like this doesn't make any geological sense.
Yeah, hold up. I detect.
Yeah, I detect magic. Okay.
Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah,
wow,
the
wow.
whole room is glowing faintly with magic.
Okay, then I'm gonna spend the time to read the aura of the magic.
Okay, sure.
So what sort of magic are we looking at here? Well, it's like one object, so I guess
Yeah.
I focus on the water itself.
Okay. Yeah, the water appears to have been conjured. It is glowing with conjuration magic.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
I turn back around.
Okay, so sorry. Okay, so clearly this isn't natural. This was conjured. My suspicion is there's something horrible in here.
I'll just.
Oh, really?
Brad is already like he's trying to will himself to logic, but he's also slowly moving towards the water.
Okay. Can you
Because
make a perception check, Bird, with your
Okay.
excellent sense of smell.
Let's see.
You can smell
And then can I add the +2 for sharp nose?
Oh,
to
please,
that?
yeah, please do. Okay. Yeah, the water and the stone and like the earth and stuff, all of it has this unusually pure smell to it. Like the water, normally you can smell other stuff that's in the water, right? You can smell like the mud that it churns up. You can smell like plant matter like decomposing in it. You can get a pretty good idea of the things upriver from water if you like smell it. But this smells just like water, like no nothing, no mineral, no anything. And the dirt has this very pure, like just dirt smell. There's no like dead things in it. There's no plant matter decomposing. It's just like smells like rock and dirt, to the point where you recognize the smells, but you've never smelled either of them in so pure a form before.
Well, this is suspicious. I don't. Can I like throw a rock in the water? I imagine there are rocks.
Yeah,
in-
there's like you can find
Yeah.
a piece of debris. Yeah, you can throw it in the water and it boom, lands in the water and ripples.
How visible is it? Like if it's pure water.
Yeah,
it's gotta be-
you can see the bottom. Yeah.
I don't
I see.
know why we're messing with the water. It's not treasure.
I have to get this taste out of my mouth.
Oh, but
Actually,
like,
there's a thing over in the corner. Hang on. Let me have
what
a
if there's a trap
What?
where like if one of us makes any sort of moves or touches the water, it just floods the whole cavern or something? That would be a fun trap.
So Plunderfist, you want to jump over to the other
Yeah.
guy there? Okay, sure. Yeah.
What?
I mean they're flat. You just hop over onto the other one. Yep. Yeah, there seems to be another little like pathway over here. The water, what did I say? The water is like, it's deep but calm. So it's like 15 feet deep, give or take, at any given point.
probably swim around and have a look what's around that corner. If you want. Don't mind swimming.
Sure.
All right.
I'm. Is
Yeah,
it okay?
trust
And we
the-
already
trust the
detected
bottom.
magic, and
Mhm.
there's it doesn't like we haven't detected any. Would alignment be detected with that magic? Like if there were-
No.
I
But-
don't get alignments. Yeah.
Yeah, but alignment is like the water would have to be conscious for that to be a thing.
Okay. So it wouldn't be like there's something nearby that created the water, and then okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah, I'll dip a foot in.
Okay. Yeah. It's cold, but not unpleasantly so. Like it's just a little colder than room temperature. You want to just jump in there and
Yep.
go for a swim?
Hop.
Okay.
Okay. Upon seeing that Plunderfist is not dead, Berard completely submerges his head underwater.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Feels good.
Yeah.
Get some of that sludge off of you.
Oh, thank God. Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
So Blunderfist, you want to start swimming over to the other side?
Yeah.
of it?
Just see if we see what's down there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's see here. All right. So, as you swim over that way, I think I'll get everybody to roll their initiative so that I can tell you the order in which these things occur. So, if everybody could please do that for me.
Oh, I didn't click my token. Sorry.
Nice. Big 6.
Okay. And then... Okay, I'll just add you. I'll add you here, Berard. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, so Berard, what did you get?
16.
16. Okay. All right. So the first Parcel, you will be the first to react. I'll tell you what's happening, and then we'll let you know. So you see, Parcel, the water near Plunderfist start to churn and froth, and what looks like semi-transparent, like an enormous fish, like a trout maybe, begins to emerge out of the water. But it's also made of the water. It's made of the froth and the water. It's clearly an elemental of some kind. It emerges from the water there, and seems to be like coming up to like grab or bite Plunderfist, as though it were a bug floating over the water. So it's just like you see it like rushing up under him in the water. I will add it to the initiative order.
I love this token set.
Isn't
so
it
much.
great? I know. It's so good. Just wait. There's so many more of them. Okay. So you can act, Parcel. And in fact, everybody, if you've pointed out, you and Berard and Lydia all get a chance to do something.
Cool. So I'm just making sure that this works the way. Interesting. So telekinetic projectile says that you hurl a loose, unattended object in range of the target. Can I pick what the object is?
Yeah. I mean, it has. Yeah, that's the point. Like you pick an object and you throw it at somebody.
Right. It just it doesn't have to be like an environmental thing. It can be something in my bag, for example.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. Cool. So I'm like, it's a water fish. Cool. While I am pulling out of my bag, rope with a grapple on the end, and then I cast telekinetic projectile on the grapple and send it at the fish, trying to.
Wait, did you just activate? Did you just activate our fishing minigame?
Yeah, totally. A little bar pops up on the side of the screen, a little red icon going up and down.
Let's do it.
Okay, so telekinetic projectile, you fire a hook at the water elemental, the fish. Okay, cool. All right, so does telekinetic projectile just let you make an attack?
So the spell gains the trait of the damage type appropriate to the object, bludgeoning,
Okay.
piercing, or slashing. Make a ranged attack against the target. If you hit, you deal 1d10 damage of the given type.
Oh, okay.
No special traits or magic properties, blah, blah, blah. You can hide, no. Success is a full damage, critical success is double.
Nice.
So let's see.
Yeah.
if my ranged attack will work here.
Right. So the rope like whirls out from your bag as you fire this grappling hook.
So. Ha!
Oh no.
No.
Okay.
No.
So it just sails off into the water with a splash.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to do with your turn, Parcel?
Let me see. Well, that took 2 of my Delios.
So you got one left.
So, I go, got me, fish, and then start reeling it back.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. Brard, you hear some commotion and yank your head free of the water.
Okay, so I see this fish. Does this can I wait a second. What is it called? I'm looking for spells. My divine spell list. Cantrips. This seems like a could I do a detect magic here to determine if it's gonna be an angry fish?
It definitely, I'll give you that for free.
Definitely,
it definitely
okay,
is an angry fish. Yep.
I just every time, and it's elemental, so I don't think there's anything for me to say to it. Like,
No, these guys, they're generally here with a purpose.
Okay. All right. Well, understanding that we're in a dungeon, which is probably reflectively trying to kill us, I'm gonna go ahead. I'll start by I'll conjure up my spiritual weapon.
Ah, excellent. I'll go retrieve it from the Manticore Mountain for you. It's like
That's
still
120 feet.
Yeah, it's just still over there stabbing the Manticore's corpse. Okay, so you want to conjure it near the elemental?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll go ahead and use my concentrate
Yeah.
action to go ahead and do my first attack.
Stab.
Which is Donde. This one.
Okay. You miss. The knife sinks through its fish-shaped body, but doesn't do any damage.
Okay. And then I will I think everybody's HP is pretty decent right now.
Plunderfist and Parcel both took like a little bit of a hit.
Oh, okay. How are you? I could shield. I could use my shield other on Plunderfist. It looks like you're about to have a bad time.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So let's do. I saw that. Yeah, one of the spells I loaded was shield other.
Okay.
So let me make sure that I totally know what I'm doing here. So shield other. It just
Oh wow, I already have it here.
says shield actions.
So, Shield Other is just a variation of the Shield cantrip. You raise a magical shield of force to protect you. It counts as the using a raise shield action to gain a +1 circumstance bonus to AC until the start of your next turn. While in effect, you may use your reaction to shield block with this magic shield. It has a hardness of 4. After you use it, your spell is dismissed and cannot be used again for 10 minutes. Unlike a normal shield block, you can use it to block magic missiles. Shield Other it means you cast it on someone else. So you give Dave a magic shield. Now, Shield Other takes 2 actions, and Spiritual Weapon, I think, also does. Let me take a look. Shrink. That'd be funny. You should shrink, Dave. Let's see. Spiritual Epidemic. Spiritual Guardian. Here we go. Yes. Yeah. It would take 4. It would take 4 actions. So you only have 1 action left.
Okay. Well, in that case, I think I just have to hang out.
Okay.
Because I think heal will still also take 2 actions. So yeah, we're just
okay.
Just gonna chill.
All right, Lydia, a water elemental has emerged from the pool in the shape of a great trout.
I have but a single move.
I'm sorry. Can I use my move action? Can
Yes.
I get that little mini island thing? Okay.
Yeah, Dave. What are the jumping rules? How far can you jump?
If you want to do a long jump, normally it takes 2 actions.
It takes 2. Okay. So
Yeah.
you cannot jump to one of these islands just yet.
But I mean, if I was moving here, and then that's just like a
This,
5.
I think this close one you can just step. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's fair. But just for like jumping to other ones, yeah, you can. So you can finish your move action. You can land wherever you want on that.
Okay, cool.
Perfect. Okay, all right, Lydia, you have but one
I have
trick.
but one technique. I hunt the target in
Uh-huh.
my first action, and then with my second action, I raise my crossbow and shoot it with quick draw.
That's right. Give him the clamps.
Yeah, I've got one move. That's it. It's the clamps.
It's the clamps.
I miss.
Oh, you missed real bad. Boom! Again, same thing. Like, I don't know, maybe it's the watery body of the trout creature, but you fire at it and it just goes through the froth and into the water with a splash. Cool. All right, it is the water elemental's turn. So the lesser water elemental will begin by making a melee attack against Plunderfist. It is going to a wave. So it comes up out of the water and its tail flashes out at you, and a big wave of water splashes against you, and it makes an attack with a plus 13 to hit.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Wish I had armor.
Oh boy.
Can you stop? Can you stop?
Oh dear. All right, so I got a crit. You get pushed 10 feet. Oh no, sorry, you get pushed 5 feet by the wave.
Whoa.
And you take 48 plus 12.
Nice. She killed me,
Four.
I'm really upset.
48 plus 12. So you take 29 damage. So yeah, a massive wave of water splashes up, shoving Plunderfist back. And then it's going to make a, let's see. It's going to make a second attack against old Plundy there. But at -5. So
Okay.
plus 8. And 18.
I take the reaction to dodge.
You're going to dodge? Okay.
AC to 20.
Nice. You dodge the wave. So I think maybe you just get pushed under and you like take a deep breath and dodge underwater as the wave splashes over the top and smashes against the rocks. Okay. Cool. And then I think it will stay where it is. Now, before you get a chance to go, Plunderfist, there is a second attendee to this party. Next to Berard, the earth begins to churn, and chunks of rock fly up as an earth elemental bursts forth from the stone. This guy looks like, what does he look like? He takes the shape of a stony jackal. Now, I couldn't find a stony jackal, so I just used this adorable little guy right here.
It's like a barrel.
So the earth churns, and an elemental bursts forth out of the ground, and he will take his turn. So this guy is, I think, a minor earth elemental. Yeah, let's see.
Can we swap? I want to fight that one.
Minor earth elemental. Okay, all right. So he bursts up out of the thing, and he's gonna use his he's got a fist attack, a melee fist attack. So he is going to use that on you. He's got a plus 8 to hit. Okay. Bursts out of the ground, takes a swing at Berard. Gets a 20, which is a hit, but not a critical hit. And he deals, let's see, the 8 plus 4. So, Berard, you take 5 damage. And then he'll make a second attack. And it's a hit again. And this time you take 11 damage. Okay. And moving here was his first action. So he bursts up out of the ground and starts slamming into you. And now, Plunderfist, you may take an action.
All right. I want to swim up to it so I can punch it.
Okay, so while you were you're currently in his vortex, the water churning and sloshing.
Okay.
So as long as you are in the same body of water and within his vortex, the water is considered difficult terrain for swimming creatures that do not have the water trait, so that are made of water. Now, it's already difficult for you because you got to swim, and it's only 5 feet, so it's okay. But yeah, you swim over there.
I wonder why it pushes things back then.
There's a thing.
Oh, okay, good.
You'll see that later, probably.
Keep giving me things I can't use my special new combo that I worked out. Right, I'm just gonna punch it.
Sock him one. All right, so you move, and you take a strike.
Yeah, I feel like it would be stupid normally, but like I do have magical attacks when I punch because of my gloves. That's gonna miss.
Yeah, an 11 is definitely a miss. Yep.
I will try again.
Okay.
Looks like that's also.
Yeah, an 18 is also a miss. Yep. Yep. So there you go. All right. So before us, Parzel, now having noticed the fight, you now see, and I imagine you're probably pretty excited about this. Like, have you ever seen an elemental before?
No.
Okay. So before you see the great silvery shape of a water elemental, like fighting and tangling with Plunderfist, and you see Brard fighting this earth elemental that's just churned up out of the ground. And I think that like with our last episode, I think we'll end it right there at the beginning of a round with Parzel hanging on the next turn, so we can think about it for the next week how you want to fight these two great and terrible water elementals.
Elementals, my dear viewers.
Help! I got 6 health left.
Yeah, Plunderfist is not looking too good. It's dangerous times for everybody's favorite Batman half-orc.
How can any character that looks like a magical girl or half-orc be in a bad way?
That's right. So in the meantime, between now and next episode, everybody here is always busy doing cool stuff on the internet. I will let them tell you about those things. Over here, Parzel, Kat, tell us about where we can find you on the internets.
Hey everyone, you can find me most easily on the Twitter, where I am at cat_cool_ with cool spelled like my last name, KUHL. Or you could check out at Autonomic Pod with autonomic spelled like the nervous system for my weekly podcast.
Nice.
Which is an actual play show.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you. Dave, how about you? Go next. Do the thing.
Okay. Yeah. You can follow me if you would like to on Twitter as well at Dave_the_human. Be sure to come and check out the other show that I am in with Adam and Elf. Do some Dragon Heist tomorrow, which I'm also very excited for. And please keep tuned on said Twitter for the week beginning 2 weeks from now, because that's when I'm going to start streaming again. I've got a schedule.
Nice.
It's 2019. Big changes.
Sick. Good work. Cool. Josh, how about you?
Cool. You can find me at twitch.tv/wallstormer, or you can find my game criticism content at intelligame.us. That's like intelligent, but with game at the end. And then you can find me on social media at wallstormer or at intelligameus.
Fantastic. Last but not least, the lady with the crossbows. It's a distracted elf.
You can find me and my many projectile weapons over on twitch.tv/distractedelf or on Twitter at distractedelf. Dragon Heist tomorrow, and then on the 14th, I'm in a mouse guard game on Encounter Roleplay, so that'll be fun.
Fun.
I'm gonna try. I haven't actually mentioned this to anyone, but I'm gonna try and make an apiarist mouse.
Yeah, cool.
I need a bee friend.
Yeah,
Yes,
you gotta get
and there's the spy masters in that sitting.
That's
That
right.
rocks.
Cool. Yeah, everybody's got good stuff coming up this year. I too will have some new things to announce, but I'm in the middle of doing all the schedule stuff. But you can find me on Twitter at Skinny Ghost, and that's where I will talk about all the things that I'm up to. And as these friends said, we're back with our D&D show tomorrow, and then more future fun after that. So thanks for coming, everybody. I hope you had a good time with the Pathfinder playtest, and we will see you next time. Bye, y'all.
This stream is brought to you by Roll20, an easy-to-use virtual tabletop dedicated to making tabletop RPGs accessible to everyone. Join the adventuring party at roll20.net.